Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. We shall continue with the signal sketch problem. In the previous two videos, we have solved totally 9 problems. We shall continue with the problem number. So, we'll in this lecture, we'll try to solve 3 problems on signal sketch. Okay, the problem is the signal x of t is given something like this. Okay, it's a continuous time signal. Fine, and I want to sketch x of 2 minus t. I want to sketch x of t plus x of 2 minus t, and I want to sketch x of t plus x of 2 minus t, which is multiplied with u of 1 minus t. So we shall take up one by one. First we'll take problem number 10, which is x of 2 minus t. So problem number 10, y of t is equal to x of 2 minus t. Fine. So before you take up the problem, first you have to see that whether this involves precedence rule. When do we apply precedence rule? A signal which involves both time shift and time scaling operation, then only it involves precedence rule, right? So solution. So always the first variable should be independent. Okay. So I can rewrite this equation as x of minus t. I'll write first and then the remaining part, which is plus 2. Fine. So if it is not in the standard form, you convert it to standard form. Always first term should be always time independent variable, and plus minus multiplied with any constant, it's fine, but first term should be always independent variable. Okay. Now x of minus t plus 2 is nothing but x of 2 minus t, right? I just rewrote the equation. Now isn't it in the form of y of t is equal to x of at minus b? Right? So this involves, I mean, if you compare this with this, I mean, this involves both time shift as well as time scale operation, right? Which is the time shift part? It is t minus b, right? And here, which is the time shift part? It is t plus 2, right? And which is the time scaling part? At, but here the time scaling is minus t. A here is actually minus 1, okay? So minus t is the time scaling part. So if this involves precedence rule, then what is the first thing I need to do? First step 1, first I have to sketch a intermediate signal which involves only time shift operation. What is the time shift operation here? T plus 2, right? So whenever you are doing time shift operation, ignore the scaling part, whatever it is, you just ignore it. I just want x of t plus 2, which is what? V of t. Okay, fine. So if you know x of t, what is our x of t? X of t is something like this. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, this amplitude is 2, right? So this is our x of t and this is t, right? So what I need is x of t plus 2. So the entire signal x of t is shifted left or right. So it is shifted left, right? Why it is shifted left? Because I have plus here. So it is shifted left. How many times? It is shifted to left 2 times, right? So what happens? This here the signal started from minus 1. So if I shift it left 2 times, 1, 2. So it starts from minus 3, right? So let me sketch that signal. So this is my x of t plus 2. So 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, so 1, 2, 3. This entire signal is shifted left 2 times. So it starts from minus 3 and the pattern repeats. So this is 1, this is 2, this is minus 1, right? This is t. Fine. So this is what? This is not our x of minus t plus 2. This is just x of t plus 2. Now what is that I need to do? Step number 2. So in step 2, so our original resultant signal y of t is equal to, I have to scale the intermediate signal. Okay, so it is, what is the scaling part? Scaling part is minus t. So I have intermediate signal v of t, so I have to make it as v of minus t, right? If I know v of t, how to get v of t? In the right hand side of v of t equation, wherever t is there, I have to replace it by minus t, right? So if, what is v of minus t in terms of x of t? So it is x of, so wherever t is there, you replace it by minus t, no? So minus t plus 2, and this is nothing but what? X of 2 minus t. I can rewrite this equation. So this is what I want, x of 2 minus t, right? Now I did not sketch it. This is how the mathematically it looks like, but graphically, so like what I need is v of minus t, right? So if you know v of t, which is this signal, how do I get v of minus t? It is nothing but reflection, right? So all the amplitudes in the positive side of t goes to negative, all the amplitude in the negative side of t goes to positive, right? So I will sketch it here. So v of minus t, which is equal to x of 2 minus t. This is our final y of t, 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So all the, so amplitude in the positive side goes to negative. It looks something like this. So this is minus 1, and it rises, goes to amplitude 2, stays in amplitude 2, comes down and stays in amplitude 1, 40 varying from 1 to 2, and goes back to 3, and goes to, this is our amplitude, this is the t. Okay, so this is our resultant y of t, which is x of 2 minus t. Okay, next problem number 11. I need to sketch x of t plus x of 2 minus t, right? Problem number 11. So y of t is equal to x of t plus x of 2 minus t. Okay, so the thing is, we already have these two signals, right? What is our x of t? X of t is this itself, no? And what is x of 2 minus t? We have solved it, right? So x of 2 minus t signal is this signal. So basically I need to add this signal with x of t. So how do we add it? So we'll keep one below the other and align the axis so that it is easier for you to plot the signal. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So first signal, so we'll sketch x of t. So our x of t is like this, right? This amplitude is 1 and this amplitude is 2. So this is x of t. Now the second signal, so we'll plot x of 2 minus t, and x of 2 minus t is this, no? So we'll sketch it back. So the signal is x of 2 minus t, right? Now the third signal is actually our resultant signal, which is y of t, which is equal to sum of first signal x of t and second signal x of 2 minus t. So 0, 1, 2, 3, this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Now concentrate from, so our basically our signal start from minus 1, right? Before minus 1 nothing is there, so it's completely 0. So we'll concentrate from minus 1. So for t varying from minus 1 to 0, just concentrate on t varying from minus 1 to 0. So what's happening? The amplitude of the first signal is slope with the value 1, slope with the value 1, which is rising, right? Here the slope which is falling. So slope is rising in positive direction and falling in negative direction. So what happens actually? So these two slope cancels out. I end up with 0, right? But we will check it. So at t is equal to minus 1, what is the amplitude of the first signal? Amplitude of the first signal is 0, amplitude of the second signal is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, right? At t is equal to minus 0.9, just after minus 1. What is the amplitude of the first signal? So shall we take it as it's rising? No. Shall we take it as amplitude of the first signal as plus 0.1? What is the amplitude of the second signal? It is minus 0.1. So plus 1 minus 0.1. So it is 0. At t is equal to minus 0.8. What is the amplitude of the first signal? So slightly more than 0.1. So we shall take it as 0.2. Here it is minus 0.2. So I get 0. So dot dot dot. If you look at it is cancelling out, right? T is equal to 0. So what is the amplitude of the first signal? Plus 1. What is the amplitude of the second signal? It is minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 cancels out. I get 0. So basically for t varying from minus 1 to 0. So what I get is 0, right? So those two cancels out. Now for t varying from 0 to 2, sorry 0 to 1. So for t varying from 0 to 1, what is the amplitude of the first signal? It is 1, right? Plus what is the amplitude of the second signal? So this is 2, right? So 1 plus 2, so it is 3. So it is 3. So for t varying from where to where? 0 to 1. So 0 to 1, so it is 3, right? So amplitude of the first signal is 1, amplitude of the second signal is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, right? Now for t varying from 1 to 2, for t varying from 1 to 2, what is the amplitude of the first signal? 2, plus what is the amplitude of the second signal? 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3, right? So for t varying from 1 to 2, also it is 3. Now for t varying from 2 to 3, for t varying from 2 to 3, right? We'll check it. At t is equal to 2, what is the amplitude of the first signal? So now you might ask me, sir, whether it is amplitude is plus 2 or this is minus 1. No, minus 1. So there is an ambiguity here. At t is equal to 2, at t is equal to 2, what should be our amplitude? Whether it is 2 or I have to take minus 1. So basically at t is equal to 2, signal is not defined. So there is no line here. Basically, how does this signal looks like? It goes like this, and there is no continuity. So here this line is not there actually, and again this line is not there. This line is not there. It just goes like this. Okay. So this is 1, this is 2, and this value is minus 1. This is how the signal looks like. Okay. But for our sake, what we do is we just join this. We join this like fine. But at t is equal to 2, signal is not defined. At t is equal to 1, also signal is not defined. Fine. Now in that case, what you need to do is just ignore the 2. Just after 2, what is amplitude? So just after 2, what is amplitude? It is minus 1, right? Correct, no? So now at t is equal to just after 2, what is the amplitude? It is plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 cancels out. So I get minus 1 plus 1 cancels out. I get 0, right? Now at t is equal to 2.1, what's the amplitude of the first signal? So it is from minus 1, it is going back to positive side. No, so shall I take it as minus 0.9? Amplitude of the first signal is minus 0.9. What's the amplitude of the second signal? Plus 0.9, right? Plus 0.9, because it is falling from amplitude 1. No, so plus 9.9 minus 0.9 cancels out. I get 0. Similarly, at t is equal to 2.2, what is the amplitude of the first signal? Minus 0.8, right? Amplitude of the second signal is plus 0.8. So cancels out. I get 0. So dot dot dot. At t is equal to 3, what is the amplitude of the first signal? It is 0. Amplitude of the second signal, it is 0. 0 plus 0, I get 0. So it is like this. Okay. Now basically the signal is like this. Now just for our convenience, what we do, we just join this. But signal is not defined at t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 2, right? So this is what our x of t plus x of 2 minus t signal looks like. Okay. So next is x of t plus x of 2 minus t, which is this signal. Okay, needs to be multiplied with u of 1 minus t. This is our 12th signal sketch. X of t plus x of 2 minus t, which we already have this. Okay, no need to plot it again. So this signal has to be multiplied with u of 1 minus t. So that we will try to sketch. So problem number 12. So y of t is equal to x of t plus x of 2 minus t into u of 1 minus t. So solution. So this signal we already have. For time being, we'll just keep it as it is. But how do we get u of 1 minus t? That is the question, right? Now just before you sketch blindly, you have to, before you sketch the signal, you have to check whether this involves precedence rule, right? Now, is it in the standard form? The first thing is here, this there should be a time, but here there is no time, no. So what we do, we rewrite it in terms of the standard form. So I can write it as u of minus t plus 1, right? So plus 1 goes here, minus t comes to the beginning. Okay. So first term should be always independent variable t. Now this is of the form y of t is equal to what? X of at minus b, right? Correct, no? So this involves precedence rule. Fine. So what we do? Step 1. Step 1. So we are trying to sketch u of 1 minus t here. Okay. Is equal to what? X u of minus t plus 1. So step 1 is we have to sketch the intermediate signal v of t, which involves only shifting part. So which is the shifting part? T plus 1, right? So u of t plus 1 is the shifting part. Now, so in order to sketch u of t plus 1, we should know u of t. We should know u of t. Now, what is u of t? U of t is a unit step function, right? So it is 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. So for t greater than or equal to 0, for t greater than or equal to 0, amplitude is 1, right? Now, so if you know u of t, how do I get u of t plus 1? It is nothing but u of t, this signal shifted left or right. It is shifted left. Why? Because I have plus. How many times it is shifted left? One time. So this signal is shifted left one time. So how does it looks like? This is t is equal to 0, t is equal to minus 1. So amplitude is 1. So signal starts at t is equal to minus 1 and it goes till t is equal to infinity, right? So this is our u of t plus 1, which is v of t. But what do I need? What do I need? What I need is u of minus t plus 1, right? Now what is the step 2? Step 2 is, so I have to time scale the intermediate signal, right? So what is the time scaling part? It is minus t. So if you know, so which now I have to get y of t, which is equal to time scaled version of the intermediate signal, which is v of, what is the time scaled version? Minus t. So while time scaling, ignore the shifting part. So what do I need is v of minus t, right? So if you know v of t, which is this, how do I get v of minus t? So it is nothing but reflection, right? Amplitude in the negative side goes to positive, amplitude in the positive side goes to negative. So this is how it looks like. So this is at t is equal to 0. So this is plus 1. So this is amplitude 1. Okay, this is independent variability. So it's basically shifted like this, right? So this part goes to this side and this part comes to this side. So what is this in terms of u of t? It is nothing but u of, wherever t is there, replace it by minus t plus 1, right? This is equal to u of 1 minus t. So this is what I wanted, right? So u of 1 minus t looks like this. Now this signal has to be multiplied with x of t plus x of 2 minus t. And what is x of t plus x of 2 minus t? It is this. Its amplitude is 3 for t varying from 0 to 2, right? So we'll do that. We'll sketch it here. So x of t plus x of 2 minus t signal is 0, 1, 2, 3. So its amplitude is 3 for t varying from 1 to 2. So its amplitude is 3 for t varying from 1 to 2. Basically it's a rectangular pulse, right? So t. This is our x of t plus x of 2 minus t. So this has to be multiplied, mind you, it's not added, it has to be multiplied with u of 1 minus t. Now how does u of 1 minus t looks like? It looks like this, right? So it is defined from t varying from minus infinity to plus 1 and its amplitude is 1, right? So this is u of 1 minus t. So it is plus 1. Its amplitude is 1 for t varying from minus infinity to plus 1, right? So what happens if I multiply these two? So this is what? X of t plus x of 2 minus t is multiplied with u of 1 minus t. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Now for t varying from minus infinity to till t equal to 0, I have amplitude 0. 0 multiplied by anything is actually 0, right? So from minus infinity to 0, it's completely 0 because I am multiplying it, okay? So 0 into any signal is 0. Now for t varying from 0 to 1, what is the amplitude of the first signal? It is 3. For t varying from 0 to 1, what is the amplitude of the first signal? It is 1. So 3 into 1, it is 3, right? So for t varying from 1 to 2, what is the amplitude of the first signal? It is 3. What is the amplitude of the second signal? It is 0, right? But the thing is, amplitude of the second signal is 0 for t varying from 1 to till infinity, right? So 0 multiplied by any signal is 0. So for starting from t is equal to 1 till t is equal to infinity, I get 0, right? So this is our problem number 12. So which is y of t is equal to this part, x of t plus x of 2 minus t into u of 1 minus t. Okay.